the lecturer in charge of Introduction to Psychology. Sorry, Introduction to Sociology, GST 211. In the previous classes, we discussed about the definition of sociology. We looked at so many concepts of sociology. But today, we are going to be concerned our discussion today on power. And we said that power exercise influence over others. Exercising influence over others depends on factors which are valued by, by the other. Knowledge and rank. For instance, the degree of value of such factors depends on circumstances for a circumstance. Let's take for instance now again, a personal manager, a personnel manager whose role is seen by the colleague as essentially a serving function and whose positional power is ranked with may find his or her situation transformed by the onset of a mass of employee merit situation. Power can also be seen as the ability to ensure compliance. Power can also be seen as the ability to secure command, to enforce individuals to your desire. Power is also the ability to command, to comfort individuals into their respective positions. Power has been seen as the ability to ensure compliance despite resistance from the individual involved. It is the ability to compel or influence others to do what they would otherwise not do. The process of securing command is what we call power. There are certain various forms of power available to managers. They are fiscal power, fiscal power, resource power, or resourceful power. Fiscal power is the capability of using fiscal forces to achieve influence. And the resource power represents or can be seen as the possession of valued resources. For instance, when an individual class, sorry about this. Hello, sorry for the interruption, please. Then the resource power is when an individual, a particular set of environment is in possession of a particular resources, they have the power. Just like when we're talking about oil in Nigeria, the oil areas in Nigeria have the resource power to command the entire country and then tell the country what they want them to do for them, which was what we are talking about amnesty granted to the Niger Delta in those days. Okay, then we also see as a position power. Position power is when a particular individual is in a particular position, he uses that opportunity or the right to exercise a particular power. You can also see as an expert power. Expert power arises from the position of knowledge or acknowledged expertise. When a particular individual is an expert in a particular area, this is power which in effect to a position from those over whom it is to be used. Expert power is what we are talking about. Then the personal power is power of personality, where a particular person with a particular charisma, it is personal power is effective when it is recognized by those concerned. Negative power. This is the power to stop things happening. For instance, even lowly members of an organization may have this form of power. Let's look at authority. Let's look at authority. Authority is the right, the legitimate right to use power. The legitimate right an individual has to use power. We have types of authority. According to Max Weber, 1946, Max Weber identified three main sources of political legitimacy: traditional, charismatic, and rational legal authority. Traditional authority is based on customs handed down through the generations. It is the sacred right of a king or queen, an emperor or tribal chief to command his or her subjects. Charismatic leaders have no political or legal claims to power. Indeed, they often oppose prevailing customs and existing laws. The next one is leadership. Leadership is a vital element in the social relationship of groups at work. Groups need leaders, and leaders need followers. The academic and management literature on leadership focuses almost exclusively on the individual traits, style, and behavior that characterize the leaders. Leadership is a concept that may have that many people have written about, but few have defined. Leadership is a dynamic process at work in a group whereby one individual over a particular period of time and in a particular organizational context influences the other group members to commit themselves freely to the achievement of group tasks or goals. This definition encompasses a lot of things about this leadership, so many features of leadership. And the leadership includes the features of leadership are as follows. Leadership is a dynamic process. Leadership is not necessarily confined to one person. The leader's principal role is to influence the group towards the achievement of group goals. Leadership is exercised in and influenced by a particular set of circumstances which form the organizational context. What is leadership? Leadership theory. Leadership itself has been accompanied throughout time by numerous theories. All the theories claiming to answer the question. All the theories claiming to answer the question are leaders born or made. Leadership theories, leaders versus managers. Leaders versus managers. Most people view leadership as being associated with the role of manager. Most people view leadership as being associated with the role of a manager. However, there are some who suggest that leaders are managers. Leaders and managers are not equal positions. It has been said that leading and managing involve separate and distinct behaviors and activities. Social organization. Social organization has been considered by social scientists as indicating an organization in which individuals and relationships are ordered with reference to the goals of the society concerned. Social organization is said to have two aspects, which include the form of structure, which relates to the facts that all the individuals are institutions and institutions that compose a society are given size of position. Secondly, social organization has been seen as a process. This has to do with the order of the social organization, that is, how the components of the society are ordered. As a matter of fact, social organization is said to be dynamic. Usually there are growths and adaptations in the structure as well. Levels of social organization. There are three levels of namely of social organization, namely interpersonal level, group level, and the total level of the society. The role of individual in social organization. Different individuals or institutions are not equally talented or equipped to function or perform adequately effective. Group. A group of people working in the same room or even on a common project does not necessarily involve the group process. If the group is managed in a totally autocratic manner, there may be little opportunity for interaction relating to the work. If there is functioning within the group, the process may never evolve. On the other hand, the group process may be utilized by normally distant individuals working on different projects. Why a group? Groups are particularly good at combining talent and providing innovative solutions to possible unfamiliar problems. Group development. Group development involves four stages: forming, storming, norming, performing. These are the development of groups. Informal and formal groups. Formal or official groups forming a bay of the organizational structure established by management to see to the smooth running of the organization. Primary group and secondary group. Primary group is a relatively small, simple group of people. People in a primary group are in a face-to-face relationship. In group, in group and out group, in group and out group, the changes that occur within a group are important in the changing relationship between groups. These changes may form good base for a psychological analysis of the dynamic. Please look into this group very well. Maybe during our revision, we may look at it again. We also see group cohesiveness. The cohesiveness of a group is the extent to which the group members develop strong ties to each other, strong relationship to each other, and to the group as a whole. That is what we call team spirit. It is also a measure of the ability of the group to attract new members. Group effectiveness. In looking at the effectiveness of a group, there are two major criteria for measuring success. How effectively were group tasks accomplished? What was the level of individual satisfaction with membership of the group? The first question tends to look on effectiveness from the point of view of organizational goals. Second, consider personal goals. Seek success in terms of tasks accomplished. Social differentiation. Human societies are known to differ from animal societies in at least one important respect. Even the simplest human society appears to be more internally differentiated from the most complex animal society. Some of these differences are of biological variation. Some are male, while others are female. Some people are taller than others, and so on. Apart from this, people in society are also differentiated by any acquired social difference. People differ from one another in this, in their interests, in their attitude and beliefs, and in their habits. As a matter of fact, these known individual differences determine the social position or role, such as being a doctor, pharmacist, a mechanical engineer, sociologist, physicist, chemist, and so on. Distribution of members of a society to available positions. Human society distributes their members in the available positions and includes them to perform the duties of their position. Let us look at religion. Let us look at all social scientists would agree what the role religion plays. We agree with the role religion plays in society has changed. In traditional societies, religion was seen as an authority in all areas of social life. Few activities remain unaffected. Farmers pray or make offering to their gods or ancestors before, before planting crops. Priests or shamans, they are responsible for curing conflict within and between and spirit that acted out just ritual. Despite where battles through religious faith trial, formal education was in the hands of clergy. Religion is defined as a set of beliefs, symbols, and practices which is based on the idea of the sacred to unite believers into a social element of religion. We have belief, we have ritual, we have subjective experience, we have community. All these things are the elements of belief. They are all the elements of religion, types of religion. They are the religions established by church, established church, the type of religion, sect. A sect is a religious organization that asserts its unique legitimacy but stands apart from society. You can also see court. A court is the religious organization that accepts the legitimacy, that accepts the legitimacy of other religions, but has a negative relation to society. Like a sect, a court holds that there is something wrong where most people with the way that is how some people look at it. Like a sect, a court holds that there is something wrong with the way most people in society live. Where, where sects are often at war with society, courts tend to focus on the individuals. They are often more centered making the individuals to social interaction. A conversation, a game of cards, a dinner party, making love, all to these activities have to come. They cannot be accomplished by only one person. All are examples of social interaction in which one person's action depends on the action of the other, vice versa. Social interaction Social interactions is the result of mutual influence, not simply parallel or simultaneous activity. Situational identity that become dominant in certain settings. Making social interactions positive. Social interactions are the everyday give and take that occur. Something that is happening on daily basis is what we call making it positive. When we look at social interactions positive, look at the everyday give. It's also important to help children feel good about themselves. Children who have positive self-esteem are usually less aggressive and more tolerant of others. Social stratification. Social stratification is defined as the unequal distribution of attributes, qualities, or possessions among members of the society that are usually regarded within the society as desirable and valuable. Stratification dimension. Stratification dimensions are as follows: class, status, power. This refers to the relative amount of money, wealth, and other economic that a person or social group possesses. Status. This refers to the relative degree of prestige and privilege that a person or group has successfully displayed from other members of the society. Power. Power refers to the ability of ensuring compliance among members of the society. Social mobility. Social mobility can be seen as the movement usually of individuals, but sometimes of whole groups between different positions within the system of social stratification. Any society is referred to as a social mobility. It is conventional to distinguish upward and downward mobility. That is movement up or down, types of social mobility. We have individual social mobility, we have group mobility, we have career mobility, we have generational mobility, we have vertical mobility, we have horizontal mobility. When we talk of individual mobility, is movement of individuals from one social class to another. Group mobility means it refers to the movement of either upward or downward across various strata. For instance, one place of work, one promoted. On the other hand, another individual in another place of work promoted. That is vertical. Horizontal mobility refers to the movement on the same status. For instance, a bank manager in a bank can be taken to bank manager. Because the child has, for example, movement either upward or downward as for instance, in one space of work, one space of work, one could be promoted, that is up. On the other hand, another individual in another place of work will be demoted downward mobility due to certain offense he or she has committed. Horizontal mobility refers to movement on the same status. For example, when a manager from for instance, was transferred to Lagos to take the position of a manager, collective behavior. Collective behavior is seen as a potentially wide-ranging field of study which deals with the way in which collective behaviors emerge as responses to problematic circumstances and situations. Forms of collective behavior. One is panic, two, crowd, three, fashion, four, rumors, five, social movement, six, public opinion. Public opinion and propaganda. Public opinion can be defined as the aggregate view of people on a particular public issue or government policy at a given period. You should note that you should note here whenever a public is identified information on public opinion through media, through symposia and lectures, through pressure groups and political parties, through bureau of review like you. Social change is seen as the alteration at one time. The alteration, he says, maybe in terms of four variables. This definition is given by Wellman, 1985. Then MCG et al., 1977, says that social change refers to social change as the transformation in patterns of social organization or activity. Source of social change. Discovering, one, two, education, this we are concluding today. Look at those things we have touched today and then go through it and ask me questions at your convenient time. If time permits, we still conduct revision classes again before the exam starts. Thank you.